Good morning, Paradise family. Welcome to Sunken Gardens here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. This is one of Florida's oldest roadside attractions, opened back in 1903 by George Turner Sr., who turned this shallow lake into what is known today as a very lush paradise in Pinellas. So without further ado, let's go on inside and check this place out. All right, also we just made it out into the entrance of this garden here, greeted by a beautiful fountain. Greeted by another welcome sign here. Please do not touch the plants and animals or climb on any trees or structures. Some plants may be poisonous, other elements are delicate and historic. I wanted to give you guys a little insider tip here. So this actually sits in a 15-foot sinkhole. This whole garden sits in a 15-foot sinkhole, which means the road that we came in on is 15 feet above where this sits right here. This was once a private residence here, and in the 1930s they opened it up, sold it to the city of St. Petersburg, which now is a public park for all to enjoy. As you make your way through here, you're going to notice that these signs are marked, telling you which way to go: amphitheater, oak pavilion, wedding lawn, north lawn, and of course the exit and restrooms. We're going to go right. We'll check out the birds in just a moment, but I want to go into the history center here first. I don't know about you guys, but I love these little signs they have throughout the park. In the 1930s, founder George Turner Sr. added more tropical plantings and water features as the number of visitors increased. He also installed numerous winding paths to guide visitors through the lush attraction. The earliest paths were quickly altered as women's high heels became caught in the gaps. Pictured here. Focus, there we go. The Turners filled in the spaces, then innovated the design as a scored fish scale pattern on poured concrete. They also added multicolored paint for an eye-catching effect, with pastels taking the stage in the 1950s. So this building here is the original entrance to the park back in the 1930s. We're gonna go in there in just a second and show you guys more. But right now, I want to show you guys another really awesome feature of this park: the flamingos. Hi, flamingos. How y'all doing this morning? Keeping cool in that water? So way back in the 1930s, this would be where you would come in. Instead of where we came in before, this is where you would come in, right to the Turner's Sunken Gardens.
My grandfather was born near Jacksonville, and he came to St. Petersburg in 1902 to do plumbing. A lot of buildings and things were being built here at that time. It's obvious from the way the land is formed here that it used to be a much larger lake. There was a larger lake here at one time. And then as he was developing this land, brought those skills here to put in a terracotta pipe system to drain that marshy area, knowing that underneath that was a lot of rich soil.
It still drains today.
My grandfather was a plumber, but he grew up on a farm, so that was something that he was used to, growing things. And my grandmother, her father owned orange groves. They bought this property, as we know now, in 1911. In later years, they used this as their family farm. My grandfather had a hobby of collecting tropical plants and especially fruit trees. They both really liked plants. And the way my grandfather included my grandmother, they wanted to create a life together. He asked her opinion about how to plant things and how she wanted it to be, because he envisioned their life going forward that way. He had sold property off and on through the boom years. They needed money coming in to live and to pay the taxes on those properties.
people came, but they didn't buy the fruit. They just looked at the plants. And he thought, well, if they just look at the plants, I'm going to charge them for it.
This is before the internet, and my dad was an artist on advertisement. He knew how to do it. He got it out there. That's one thing that I say that kept us going. We had 4 guys full-time hitting every highway and every byway, putting out our brochures at all these mom and pop places. So we owned our own billboards. We owned our own tags for the billboards. We had our own crew. Like we said, we had over 200 billboards at one time. I remember it being the most beautiful sign. It was all neon lit. It had like a plant growing up with neon, and the flowers blooming, and the flowers trickling and stuff. Oh, it was awesome. Actually, we won an award sometime in the early 60s of the most beautiful sign in Florida.
Come away from the noise of the city. Come away to the magic land of flowers. Here is Sunken Gardens, located on the west coast of Florida, just a few short blocks from busy downtown St. Petersburg. But still, it is worlds away in its forest-like seclusion, where an aura of mystery whispers of beauty and romance. First to greet the eye is a luxurious display of tall ornamental cannas, prized for their stately habits, strong foliage, and brilliant flowers.
It's hard to imagine a time before Sunken Gardens existed in St. Petersburg. You would have to go back more than a century to see the land as it once was, a sinkhole. In 1911, George Turner Sr. and his wife Eula purchased 4.1 acres of land 1 mile north of the emerging city center. Due to the sinkhole on site, the land sat 15 feet below street level. But George, a plumber by trade, had an idea. He devised his own terracotta tile system, effectively draining the sinkhole, leaving behind a rich, mucky soil. Perfect conditions for his favorite hobby, gardening. Living a good life with lots of luck in the Florida real estate world, the Turners were doing well. However, after a series of hurricanes and freezes in the area and the downturn of the real estate business in 1926, the Turners were soon left with just the garden. And to make ends meet, they opened a fruit and vegetable stand. Soon, neighbors began to stroll through George's tropical garden, enjoying an array of plants from around the world. In 1934, Mr. Turner began charging 15 cents to enter his subtropical paradise of royal palms, banana trees, coffee plants, and more. It's hard to imagine the old sinkhole site would become a natural paradise. For 3 generations, the Turners ran Sunken Gardens for almost a century, building a world-renowned attraction complete with beauty contests, celebrities, models, flamingos, and other exotic animals. A lot can happen in 100 years. Freezes, economic downturns, and a breed of new amusement parks opening close by. So, in 1989, the Turner grandsons put Sunken Gardens up for sale. And 10 years later, the residents of St. Petersburg voted for a one-time tax increase so the city itself could purchase the gardens. This tropical oasis still stands as one of Florida's oldest and last remaining roadside attractions. Thanks to generations of the Turner family's dedication, a community grassroots effort, and a bit of luck.
I just love going into that history center and learning all about this beautiful garden here. It's crazy, the storyline from being a vegetable garden, vegetable stand, to a beautiful garden, to being a sinkhole, to going into this lush landscape here. It's always cool to come in here and just check it all out. They have species, plant life from all around the world here. And as we continue on, I'm going to show you more of that. So let's turn this camera around and continue our way through Sunken Gardens. They also have many birds here. This is a toucan. This aviary here is actually fairly new to the park. Remember when they were building this not too long ago. Coming up now on this stage area. Pretty sure they used to do bird shows here. You have the stands that wrap around the stage here. Another little fun fact, they have more than 50,000 tropical plants and flowers, including exotic species from, like I said earlier, around the world. And I love these little archways here, the vine archways. When you got walking paths like this that just wind through canopies, koi ponds, and just gorgeous landscaping, you wouldn't even think that this is right on the side of 4th Street here in St. Petersburg. And we got butterflies flying around here too. Coming around into even more beautiful, lush canopies. This is an excellent place for bird watching, photography, and just enjoying a day to be still. I want to show you guys this plant here. It's called a staghorn fern, and it's from Australia and New Guinea. They also have this beautiful wedding lawn right here that if you want to get married or renew your vows, come on out, ask how to rent this out. It's a beautiful, surrounded by trees and beautiful lush landscaping. Also with the one you love. And you may be asking yourself, is this grass real? Well, no, it's actually not. This is a synthetic grass under your feet. Replace the sod that once grew here with a surprising result. More people lounge, play, and picnic in this space than before. It also saves taxpayers over $21,000 each year in sod maintenance costs. For as I was saying, here on the wedding lawn, you have this area where you can get married, get vow renewals, anything. But I want to show you guys what you're going to be looking at while you're in front of your family and your friends. They also have these beautiful, fun photo ops here. You have the yellow side, and you have the blue side. Got the majestic palm from Madagascar. Definitely one of the most pristine, well-kept gardens here. Coming up now to a growing stone here at the gardens. This fossilized limestone rock was originally found in the center of the sinkhole lake, which formed Sunken Gardens. Legend has it that he who sits upon the ancient stone shall be granted tranquility, inner harmony, and the talent to make things grow. Coming up now to the north lawn, wedding lawn, and exits. Another sign here telling you which way to go. And let's go check out these beautiful bamboo trees, all bunched up together here. Nice places to sit. Nice shaded area. I love this rock wall here. That leads up into this pathway. Coming over to the cactus garden here. Gonna wrap around and go over there. Heading into the cactus garden now. Got the rose cactus from Brazil here. The Madagascar palm from southwest Madagascar. So fun fact, most of these look to be from Madagascar in South Africa. We've got the golden barrel cactus from Mexico. Up to another sign here. Which milkweed is best for monarchs? Milkweed is the host plant for imperiled monarch butterflies. It's where they must lay their eggs for future generations' survival. Research has found that nationwide it's best to grow native milkweed instead of tropical milkweed. Made our way now to one of my favorite parts of this beautiful garden, this waterfall, this natural waterfall. Right now we're coming around to the koi ponds here, which is one of the more popular parts of this garden. As you guys can see right here. A lot of koi fish to look at. A lot of really, it's a cool photo spot if you can make it right here. Back over to the other side of the flamingos here. This one's just swimming and squawking away over here. Uh-oh. You catch yourself? Did you catch yourself? Could sit out here watching these guys all day. I do love the fact that they have these birds out here, but I don't like the fact that it's always so hard to film birds in cages like this. So that's why I don't really film much of the birds, just because it's super challenging to get through that caging. Another spot that they sometimes do special events in is right here. The live oak. The National Arborist Association recognizes this tree and commends those who had the vision and foresight to preserve it back in 1977. We're making our way to the exit of this beautiful garden here. I could stay here all day. I really could. I love it out here. Love looking at all the different plant life. And trees and birds and koi fish and flamingos. Always such a really great time out here at the garden. Definitely need to check it out for yourself and enjoy a day here in an oasis like no other in St. Petersburg. Another beautiful north lawn here. Do a little panoramic. So you guys, the lushness of here. This never gets old. This never gets old. you guys so much for watching today. Hope you guys enjoyed Sunken Gardens. If you've been here before, hit the comments up below. Let me know what you think about this beautiful garden right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Thank you guys for joining us today, and we'll see you next time right here in Paradise in Pinellas.